Hey, Sima.
Hey, Tim.
Let's talk about marketing.
Great topic.
Specifically, let's talk about taking some of the prevailing approaches to marketing and applying them to marketing and innovation program.
Sounds good.
I think we can do that. So, first approach, think of like a mass style broadcast, undifferentiated message, maybe manifest on billboards like the iTunes billboard for the Beatles or commercials, enjoy Coke. What do you think the marketer has in mind when they're using that style of marketing?
I think building brand awareness. Even when you say that, I see the images of those companies popping through my head.
Totally. So brand awareness, trying to create some kind of association between the product or service or company in general and consumers or potential consumers. Trying to build awareness. In an innovation program, let's say you're managing an innovation program of 50 or 5,000 people, you have a similar challenge, which is that people are really busy and they may not be actively thinking about the innovation program and the problems that are being articulated there that are really important to the business. So how can you create awareness for the innovation program itself by using these mass marketing techniques?
Well, you can use it to build awareness about the program itself, about the goals of the program and what you're trying to accomplish. You could even use it to name your innovation program and create a theme for your innovation program, something that people can really latch onto, something that communicates the value of that innovation program.
Yeah, naming the innovation program is something a lot of our customers have done really well with, and often is the context for the first campaign when a new customer launches, and it's great. My favorite example of that is where one of our customers named their program the Idea Greenhouse and came up with a visual language for the Idea Greenhouse and put it on posters around the office, think billboards, mass messaging, but took it one step further and give every employee new to the company a little flower pot with a package of seeds with the Idea Greenhouse logo on it. And the thinking being that the employee is going to plant the seed and water it every day and nurture it and watch it grow, much like they want their employees to nurture their ideas and take care of them over time and watch them grow and share them.
I love that.
Really cool example. So naming and some kind of visual language and posters perhaps, mentions in newsletters, on the internet, things like that, mass messaging. Something in marketing that's become more prevalent in the last few years, certainly, and more common, is content marketing. So content marketing is not let's create a billboard and put polar bears on it and say enjoy Coke, but rather let's create dynamic, useful content that people can seek out or find that they can get use from. And the more content we can create that is useful to people, the more of a direct association people will make in their mind with our product or service or brand.
It's more targeted.
Totally, it's more on topic, certainly. So if we're like, Kissmetrics does this really well for marketing, but if we're like let's say we're a security company in IT, and we create a blog that has really great information about security issues, and then when an SSL exploit happens or some security issue in the world, and we write a really clear blog post about it and people seek it out and share it on social media, people start to associate our company, our brand with the problem space, and then maybe 6 months later, somebody moves companies and they're looking for this type of service and they seek us out and they buy our product or service, right? It's kind of the long game. Create something selflessly to seed into the community where people can get use from it, and eventually that will come back to you, right? So not a billboard, but dynamic, useful content over time. So how could you apply that kind of thinking of creating dynamic, useful content through time to engage people in an innovation program?
Well, you can use kindling posts to build that kind of excitement and to motivate people to get involved.
Which is like a blog post?
That's right.
Okay.
You can even use different types of media inside of a post, so an image, a video, any of those multimedia aspects that get them even more excited about it.
I'm particularly interested in, I think, video content is great for an innovation program. You can pull out your camera and record somebody describing a particular context or get people motivated. I think is a really strong use for video. And you're seeing that on the web, and I think you're going to see that increasingly with internal innovation programs as well. So departing from marketing, at large for a second, what is the point of an innovation program, and what's the point of participating in an innovation program? So if I'm an employee in a company, what studies show people routinely ask for and want is more money, and they want their ideas to be listened to. So an innovation program can't really help them getting paid more, but it can help them in terms of getting their ideas listened to. And listen to is the key phrase there. People crave feedback on their ideas. They're really busy, generally speaking, and what they don't want to do is spend the time to share what they think is a great idea.
And then get nothing back.
And basically find that they're speaking into a void, right? That's discouraging. And what people will do is sniff that out pretty quick and stop participating. So what's the opposite of that? Well, the opposite of that is when a decision is made. And I know this happens to me sometimes too. When you're making a decision about somebody's idea, sometimes you might view it as tedious or you're not in the mood to do it, to give useful feedback around it. But if you just check yourself for a moment and realize, like, this is the ultimate moment where I can market the innovation program. Because what is the innovation program? It's a place where decisions are made. So not only am I saying we're going to move forward on this idea or we're not, my action of making the decision itself is marketing for it. And the more reasoning I could put behind it, the more I'm kind of spreading the message of what our values are, what our constraints are, and how we make decisions here.
And each time you make that decision, it's important to communicate the decision so everybody knows about it. You can do that in Kindling through the idea workflow and moving it through the different stages of the workflow. And then each time you've moved it through the workflow, to add a comment with further details about why you've made that decision. And that keeps coming back to that decision making and to that the content around that.
Or, I think anybody can have a successful innovation program in Kindling or otherwise that runs for 3 or 6 months. I think that's easy to do. There's enough pent-up demand for people in expressing their ideas. The secret sauce from turning that from success in 3 to 6 months to multiple years is decision-making, is giving people feedback on their ideas. It is the secret sauce. So the more you view that as an opportunity to communicate with people, and I think the more better off the program will be. So it's kind of the ultimate form of marketing.
Agreed, and even more important, once you've made those decisions, to communicate the outcomes of those decisions. So how has this helped your company? How has this helped save you money or save you time? How has it helped your process or created a new product? Always coming back to the outcomes of those decisions is a great way to brand your innovation program.
Totally. So ideas can be abstractions, right? They're a conversation, they're potential. But if a year's gone by and we've invented something and taken it to market, or we've solved this really bad problem in our business or made our customers' lives better, let's talk about that. And the more we can talk about that, we're demonstrating that this thing is real. This isn't just a place to have conversations, because again, people are really busy.
You're making that tangible.
So talking about outcomes and talking about decisions is really great. Agreed.
And once you've reached those outcomes and you've had those successes, to draw attention to the people who have contributed to that success. That's really important, and that's something that you can do in Kindling with posts. You can celebrate your success, and you can celebrate a particular individual or group that helped you get there. And in that way, you're marketing your greatest asset, which is the people that work at your company.
That's really what an innovation program is. That's what an organization is. It's a collection of people. So totally, that's a great point. If you can point out that, yes, we are saving $4 million a month because we solved this particular problem, that's really cool. That's an outcome. If you can point out that these 11 people made it happen, and particularly this group of 4 people who came up with the idea, that is sort of the energy that sustains as much as anything. Great point. So bringing this all together, what are the techniques that we could take from marketing writ large and apply them to marketing our innovation program? Certainly, we can look at the sort of mass broadcast style of marketing and think about things like putting posters up through the office and coming up with a great name that reinforces the values of the innovation program. We can practice content marketing to create a constant drumbeat of relevant, useful information to keep people coming back for more and motivated and interested in the program itself. And then importantly, we can use decisions and celebrating people's involvement and recognizing outcomes as the ultimate form of marketing of the innovation program. Awesome. Thanks, Sima.
Thanks, Tim.